May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good morning.
Morning, have a seat. You are doing a wonderful job with the cooperative sector and 8 years experience behind you. Why still into the civil services? What makes you excited about it?
Yes, sir. The amount of work which I have been doing since 8 years has been mainly out of New Delhi only, sir. I have been in a cooperative company. It's an agriculture-based company. It works for it makes fertilizers. But the diversity and versatility in civil services is what attracts me more, sir.
All right. So, you know some history of cooperative movement in India when this cooperation started?
Yes, sir. It had beginning in 1904 with passing of Cooperative Credit Societies Act, and after that it gained momentum, and prominent freedom fighters like Tribhuvan Das Patel and Sardar Patel were associated with cooperative movement. And in Gujarat we found a very successful model of Amul, and since then IFCO and CRIPCO, they have all contributed to that, sir.
What are the main objectives of cooperative?
Main objective of cooperatives is to help the poorest and downtrodden people in the villages who are not organized.
It's confined to villages. It doesn't help the...
Yeah, it initially began with villages, sir. Later on it expanded to urban areas for credits, for housing, for many other sectors, sir.
Now, a Ministry of Cooperation has been made few years back.
Yes, sir.
But there was a complaint that cooperative is a state society. So how can center interfere? How do you reconcile center making a Ministry of Cooperation? Cooperatives are basically under the state list.
Yes, sir. But sir, the role of ministry since last 2 years, as our organization is also guided and directed by Ministry of Cooperation. What we have seen is that they have made it a more organized and a formal structure. Like national database of cooperatives have been made, and all the cooperatives are getting encouragement from the minister. Minister personally visits many of the cooperatives. So in that sense, sir, it's not an interference. Rather, it's a encouragement and helping the cooperative sector to thrive and grow, sir.
The cooperatives have been now included in the Constitution of India now.
Yes, sir.
How does it help?
Sir, it has been included as a fundamental right to form cooperative societies. So in that manner also, sir, it gets a legal guarantee that we can form a cooperative societies, and with formation of ministry also, people are the people are getting guidance and support in that aspect, sir.
But there have been lots of failures of cooperative banks and all recently. One was in Maharashtra, I'm holding the
Yes,
name.
sir, PMC Bank. It was.
PMC Bank. What was the cause behind it?
Sir, in general, cooperatives have suffered with a problem which everyone acknowledges, is that it has suffered from politicization. So many of the board members are from the political backgrounds, and some of the members have their vested interest in that. The management structure needs a overall. So that was one of the reasons where where the cooperative movement suffered in India between this 1980s to 2020 area, sir, in this era.
What is a state cooperative society and what is a multi-state cooperative society?
Yes, sir. State cooperative society, the area of operation is restricted to one state or the state which in it is registered. But in case of a multi-state cooperative society, it may be registered in one state, but they do operations in various states, just like, sir, Amul, IFCO and CRIPCO.
So who is the controlling authority? They have to be registered where? Multi-state?
Central Registrar of Cooperative Societies, sir.
And state cooperatives?
I'm not sure right now, sir. It might be state registrar.
Now coming to CRIPCO, it's a fertilizer company.
Yes, sir.
Now see, do you make nano fertilizers also?
No, sir. IFCO manufactures. We don't manufacture nano fertilizer as of now.
Why?
Because, sir, the technology is being patented by IFCO. Our management as such has not given any directions, or they have not worked in that aspect now, sir.
What is your particular work profile as a deputy manager?
Sir, I work with the Public Relations Department in CRIPCO, sir.
Public relations,
Yes,
PRO.
yes, sir.
You are not into the technical.
No, sir, I work with Public Relations Department, sir.
All right. You are a agriculture graduate.
Yes, sir.
And you did it 2014. How do you look at the problems of farmers today, that many of them are on the street? Even today they are going to stage a big demonstration in Delhi. How genuine think their demands are, and as a decision maker, will you accede to their demands or not?
Sir, the first phase of farmers' protest was in 2021 when the farm laws were passed. But that time the government had given them assurance regarding MSP. This time also there are several set of demands, and one of the prominent among them is to give a legal guarantee for MSP. But giving a legal guarantee for MSP would not be so productive. Rather than we can go for other options where farmer is basically coming on the streets because he is not getting a good income from his produce. So he needs a guarantee in that aspect. So regarding that, sir, other models can be devised like price deficiency payment or market linkages have to be strengthened. ENAM and other areas have to be strengthened, sir. Some of their concerns are genuine, and some of the concerns doesn't appear to be so genuine, sir.
Okay, Mr. Badwa.
Yes, Mr. Nitesh, you have just now took a word ENAM.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand by ENAM?
So ENAM stands for E-National Agriculture Market. It aims to connect all the agricultural markets of the country electronically, sir. In that, for example, a farmer of Haryana wants to sell his produce in the Karnal area. Earlier, he was restricted to sell in the Karnal area only. But now, with ENAM, he can get access to traders across the country. Wherever he will be getting a better price, he can sell in that area.
But what about transportation cost? If you are getting a good price in another state, then the farmer has to incur the transportation cost from his pocket only.
That lookout has to be there, sir, because transportation cost minus the cost which he is getting, if it is better than this market, he has got the option to sell there, sir. Otherwise, he can sell in that local market itself.
Okay, you have filled one of the options. First, top three you have filled about the Indian Foreign Service also. So give me an insight about the foreign policy of the country, because all our neighboring states, neighboring countries rather, they are hostile to us, but we are looking far behind that. So what are your views on our foreign policy?
Sir, mainly the foreign policy focus has been neighborhood first policy, but as you have said, sir, there have been hostile. But that can be one or two instances, sir. We have good relations with Nepal, Bhutan. Somehow there is a bitter spark between Maldives recently, and Pakistan has always been a problem area. But once we are strong, the foreign policy focus should be on neighborhood and in the Indo-Pacific region. Then we can go for other areas also, sir.
So you are in a cooperative sector, but when we talk about our country, what do you mean by cooperative federalism?
Cooperative federalism means, sir, federalism is basically division of power between center and states. And cooperative federalism is the area where states and center are cooperating for common goals like people's welfare, for development of the country, development of the region, and all those other beneficial aspects.
But still you see cases like Kerala who are going to Supreme Court against Government of India. Any view on that?
They have gone for a particular reason that their finances, they need support from Government of India. In that case, sometimes that issue arises, sir, but it is in the best interest of the country that center and state should cooperate and find out a better solution, sir.
With the intervention of Supreme Court always?
No, Supreme Court should not intervene, sir. That brings more bitterness to that relation. Rather, there should be more cordial and coordinated relations between center and state, sir.
I found that you have done C certificate from NCC.
Yes, sir.
In which wing you have done it?
Army wing, sir.
Army wing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any idea who is the Chief of Defence Staff now?
General Pandey is there, sir. I am forgetting his first name. General Manoj Pandey, I think.
You have also read physics.
Yes, sir, in class 12.
So can you tell that there was a news item few days back that our rocket launch has been shifted from Sriharikota to south in Chennai? What was the basic reason behind that?
Basically, sir, Sriharikota caters to the large GSLV and large-scale rocket launches. The Kulasekara in Tuticorin, that will be for small rocket launching. And moreover, sir, it has been a precedent that generally the rocket launching is placed near to the equatorial region, sir.
So any idea about the government budget? how you are preparing the budget and why it is presented in the Lok Sabha?
So exact amount of the budget is approximately 47 lakhs crore is what government has presented this year approximately, and it is presented in the Lok Sabha because it is the will of the people's representative, and overall it's the money of the public which is to be spent. So the mandate should come from Lok Sabha only, sir.
Why not Rajya Sabha? That is the senior house.
So though it is a senior house, sir, but it is not being elected by the people, sir. It is not directly elected by the people. Lok Sabha people are directly responsible to the people.
Any idea about the Finance Commission?
Yes, sir. Finance Commission is established as per Article 280 of the Indian Constitution. It is constituted every 5 years, or if President of India deems fit, it can come earlier also. And one of the major works of Finance Commission is to recommend devolution of taxes between center and states, and the criteria for that also is being fixed by Finance Commissions.
And done, sir.
The chairman asked you a question about the MSP, whether the MSP, you did not give a direct answer. Tell me what is the argument for or against giving MSP to the legitimizing, institutionalizing MSP for the 23 products that the farmers are demanding?
Yes, sir. First of all, sir, as per the reports of Santa Kumar Committee and various other reports also, only 6% of the farmers get the benefit of MSP, and majority of the farmers are not aware of the MSP thing, sir. So that is one of the reasons why MSP system should be done away with and other mechanisms should come in place. Moreover, the beneficiaries
But if 6% are aware of it and say other 94% are not aware of it, is it? That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, the awareness can be spread.
Yes, awareness can be spread, but the next thing which I said was the beneficiaries have also been the majorly 3-4 states or very minuscule number
Why
of
is it
farmers.
so? Why is it so?
Because, sir, in the northeastern and eastern parts of the country, the procurement has not been to the extent which it has been in western Uttar Pradesh.
Why?
It can be a reason of the government not supporting in that area in case of MSP, or maybe some market mechanism is better because Bihar as a state has no APMC Act, but they have been doing decentralized procurement from the farmers.
So if the provision or the government support is less, then the better government support can be given. What is the economic logic behind giving MSP or not giving MSP?
So the economic logic behind giving MSP is the farmers should stay in the business of farming, because farming is a very critical sector which is very much essential for food security of the country. And if the prices fall below the cost of production, which the farmers are very vulnerable to, being very small and marginal. So in order to protect them, the idea of MSP was designed, and also to boost the production of certain crops, sir.
So what is the contribution of agriculture to Indian economy now?
So it contributes approximately 18% to the GDP of our country, sir.
And what is the percentage of people dependent on agriculture?
Approximately, sir, 45%.
How can this mismatch be rectified?
Yes, sir. A lot of economists and policy makers have also suggested that in order to make agriculture more profitable, we need to move out people from agriculture to other sector. Like the Lewis model of economy, which says that when the economy grows, people move out from primary sector to secondary and tertiary sector. But in case of India, the case has been a very, very typical story where we move from primary to tertiary sector. So moving out people from agriculture to manufacturing, and that also micro industries, food processing, and all those areas, dependency of agriculture has to be reduced, and people have to be shifted to other manufacturing and services sectors. Sir.
But why is it the manufacturing sector not growing in India?
Manufacturing sector is not growing in India. So one of the reasons which I presume is that it entails a lot of capital expenditure, which capital expenditure which has not been done so much by private sector. Though government has supported to a large extent, but it has not been so much successful, sir.
And why is the tertiary sector growing?
Tertiary sector got a lift up from the BPO boom of late 1990s and till the early 2000s. in that area, with the blossoming of, with the demand increasing in Western countries as well as our country, so there was a shift and demand for engineering and service related, which did not entail so much in manufacturing. And moreover, sir, services are a little bit less expensive, capital expensive when compared to manufacturing.
So some people argue that Indian economy can be services driven rather than agriculture or manufacturing driven. Is that a right assessment?
Pardon, sir, I didn't get you.
Some economists like Dr. Rajan, Professor Rajan says that Indian economy has to bypass the manufacturing stage, and from agriculture it has to leapfrog to the services sector. Services should be the mainstay of India's growth. Is that a right example, right argument?
That can be partially right, sir, but not completely. Though India has been following this model, which I had said about directly we jump from primary to tertiary, but the amount of people moving out from agriculture or moving out or getting employed has not been so considerable a success. So we should also focus on areas of manufacturing like Make in India was there, and other manufacturing like food processing and biotechnological sectors.
What was the success of the Make in India?
Make in India is one of the visible success. Most visible success is the Vande Bharat trains, which we are seeing as semi-high speed train. It is one of the most successful examples of Make in India, sir, which we are able to see.
Okay. What are the trade agreements that India signed with different countries? One of the latest, the EU nations, some of the EU nations. Do you have an idea about that?
Yes, sir. The EFTA was signed with the 4 countries, the Liechtenstein, Norway, Sweden, and one more country I'm not able to recollect. Switzerland. So these 4 countries, we have signed a EFTA agreement, and some of the terms are that we will be investing, those countries will be investing around $100 billion over the next 15 years, and which has got a potential to generate 10 million jobs also. And plus, their products would have access to our markets, plus our markets will also have access to their economies, sir.
Can you name in another country with which India made a trade agreement which has made a lot of news in the past?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect now.
UAE.
Yes, sir, UAE.
And what about the, why is it that India's efforts for last couple of years to strike a deal with the United Kingdom and as European nations as a whole not working out? What are the obstacles?
Sir, one of the major obstacle is our tendency to overprotect things. Sir. Like we moved out of the ASEAN Free Trade Agreement, thinking that it might hamper our agriculture and our manufacturing sector. So we need to be a little bit less apprehensive and allow things to take its own course and let our people and let our economy compete with the best in the world so that we can get, sir. So that mindset is somehow hampering our trade negotiations with other countries, sir.
As Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, says that if its sovereignty is threatened, then he is ready to use nuclear weapons. Is that a credible threat?
So that might be one of the pressure tactics used by Vladimir Putin to get negotiations or to accede to his demand. But nuclear saber rattling or giving a threat of nuclear is not genuine, and it should not be used on a humanitarian grounds as well as for the humanity also, sir.
Okay. Some people are comparing Bihar's Nitesh Kumar with Nepal's Prachand. How do you see the comparison?
The similarity has been driven because both have flip-flopped with the alliances many a times in the past. But sir, I have not read much about Prachand. But Nitish Kumar has been of late flip-flopping with alliances in last 7-8 years, sir.
So you are familiar with that he took oath again yesterday as Prime Minister by changing
he has
sides?
taken again with he has broken apart from Nepali Congress and he has formed alliance with CPN.
Okay.
Nitish, from your papers before me, you did your 10th from Bhubaneswar.
Yes, sir.
Then you went to Visakhapatnam and then to Coimbatore or Trichy. Where was your college?
So my university was in Coimbatore, college was in Trichy.
Trichy. No, Bhubaneswar to Vishakhapatnam to Trichy. Just explain me your journey and what are the points that enriched you in this journey.
Sir, I was studying in Sainik School in Bhubaneswar, and I had to, for my class 12, I had to move to Vishakhapatnam because in those days, in 2007 and all, Bhubaneswar did not have good residential schools for medical
Okay,
coaching.
don't tell me all this, just tell me how it benefited you, what were the qualities you nurtured from them, Bhubaneswar to Vishakhapatnam. I mean,
Yes, sir.
2 or 3 phases, what all you got from there?
So one of the most likely benefit which I gained is I learned 2-3 languages in between, sir. I became fluent in Tamil. I speak Tamil and I read Tamil, sir. And Telugu I can understand, but I'm not
What
able
is
to
the
speak.
language proficiency?
Yeah, I get. Then I developed my hobby of traveling, which helped me a lot in my career. Sir.
So,
And 3, I came to know about the cultures, which has helped me in the preparation of civil services, knew about the people, know about the food habit, and I almost got a habit of not becoming unsettled whenever I am moving to a new place, sir.
okay. Now, at what stage was your motivator for civil services? Was it 10th, 12th, or when you went to agriculture?
So one of my most important reason which motivated me for civil services was during my class 6, sir.
Class 6?
Yes, sir. When I was to take admission into Sainik School, we had to submit a domicile certificate,
Yes.
which my father was running from here to there to get the certificates, but he was not able. But he somehow accidentally met with district magistrate, sir, and he helped him. So from that point, I thought if some people can make us such a positive, because that was the last day, and if you would not have intervened, I would not have got my certificate. I thought if one person can make such a change, even if one person's life, the bureaucrats can affect daily hundreds of people.
Okay.
So that was my motivator. sir.
The example you gave is a very, I look at a very poor governance, where one has to go, a common person has to go for authentication, certificate, getting attested, all those things. What are the bright side of the civil services that motivates you? One is this kind of help. We should not be, I mean, ultimately things should be done.
Yes,
No
sir.
matter way. What are the other things you look at the bureaucracy in the civil services?
The amount of influence or influence to which they can make to the society, sir. That also is one of the aspects which motivates me, sir.
Okay, it is the contribution you feel.
To the society, sir, which the civil servants can make, sir. For example, like
I'm getting it. Now, tell me a bit of Anbil Dharmalingam. Who is the Anbil Dharmalingam?
Anil Dharmalingam was a farmer of that area who had donated his land for our agriculture college, sir. So this is what I know about him, sir. He had on his land, on his farm, our agriculture college was built, sir.
Because so many donations take place, but you don't get. Wasn't he close with the DMK and he was
He was a politician, local politician as well.
Politicians make these names. You may donate, you may go unsung, unknown. Okay. Now, tell me, your first choice is IAS.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And which cadre is your preference? I'm not just saying.
My home address, sir, Odisha.
Odisha, oh.
Yes.
Then how is Darbhanga?
My parents are from Bihar, sir, Darbhanga, but they moved out in 1988 to Odisha.
They are in Odisha.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And tell me and which district are you from?
In Bihar, I am from Darbhanga, sir.
No,
Odisha.
talk about
I am staying in Bhubaneswar, sir, Khurda district.
Bhubaneswar. Oh, Khurda. Tell me something about Khurda. And suppose outline 3 priorities of Khurda. Those which you would like to do in Khurda.
Khurda is the district, sir, which houses the capital city of Bhubaneswar, Odisha. It is Bhubaneswar. And pardon, sir, second.
Priorities. I know what I'm saying. What 3 works you like to undertake in Khurda? Suppose you get your cadre allocation, you get your service, and you get a posting in Khurda. What are the 3 priority areas?
So one of the topmost priority would be infrastructural development in Khurda, because Bhubaneswar has been well developed, but the adjoining areas.
Talk about only Khurda. Then
Infrastructural development, sir, and giving support to tourism sector because tourism is a potential area in Khurda. And third would be on education aspect, sir.
Okay. If you take a train from Khurda to anywhere, what is the name of the railway station?
Khurda Road Junction, sir.
Why it is called Khurda Road?
I have not thought about it, sir.
You have not thought about it. Thank you.
Coming to your hobbies, traveling is your hobby. Which areas you have covered?
Sir, I have covered bearing 6 states of northeastern area. I have covered almost all the states, sir.
But you have covered 2 states of Northeast.
I went on till Assam, sir, Goalpara for playing. I had went till Assam, and beyond that I have not gone, sir.
You have covered all of the country.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you are moving from one region to another region, you will find the change in the flavor of regional culture, food and all. What essential differences you found in your visit to South India? How they are different from us?
The food habit is different, sir.
Overall.
Overall, sir, the language, there is a problem of language because from above Andhra Pradesh, Hindi is a commonality, but in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, there is a problem with language, sir. There is a problem, there is a change in food habits, sir. Climate is also changing in North, and we face humid and tropical climate. In North India, we have little bit, not humid, but hot climate in North India, sir.
These are fine. I'm more focused about the human behavior. You find that they are more disciplined, more rule-based than the North Indians, so you don't find any such difference. They are just like us.
Little bit differences are there, sir, in forms of like what you have told, sir. It is true, which I have experienced myself. They are more rule-based. But we cannot say that North Indians are not so rule-based, but little bit, when compared to civic sense and all, they are little bit better than.
But why can't I say that North Indians generally flout rules? What makes me not say that? Do you feel that all North Indians are rule-abiding and all? There's so much of violation of all kinds of laws.
In general,
You want to defend the violators of the law?
No, sir, I don't want to defend them. But there are some sections of people which gets highlighted also in news, and we also see now.
Yes, all cannot be planted. Put in the black paint. That's what you mean.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now coming to your core area, agriculture. What is the status of doubling up the income of farmers as was promised by the government?
Sir, of late, there has been no much talk about that. But what we can read from various sources is that income has, though it has not doubled, but it has considerably increased. Almost, I think it is, sir, above 1.5 times or 1.6 times it has increased, sir.
Fertilizer subsidy has become very, very controversial. It's highly subsidized in India and all that.
Yes, sir.
You think that government should reduce the fertilizer subsidy, and WTO demands that subsidy on agriculture also be reduced?
Fertilizer subsidy, sir, it has shot up in last 2-3 years. It has went almost up to 2.25 lakhs crore, and for that government has started an initiative of PM Pranam, wherein it is incentivizing states to reduce the consumption of fertilizers and to promote alternative fertilizers, just like organic fertilizers or nano fertilizers, sir. So in that sense, fertilizer subsidy should be rationalized because we can see overuse of particular fertilizer like urea, while other important fertilizers are not being so much applied by farmers. And our NPK ratio has got very much skewed, sir. It has got almost 8:2:1, which has to be 4:2:1.
What is the status of organic farming in India? It's just a buzzword or something is happening also on this ground?
Sir, concrete steps have been taken in this regard. One of our states, Sikkim, is completely turned organic. Kerala and Andhra Pradesh are also promoting organic farming. But sir, organic farming, though it's a buzzword, it's essential also, but it has to be balanced with our conventional farming as well, sir. Because our burgeoning population will not always allow us to go for organic farming because yields are quite low when compared to conventional farming, sir, like which we do with chemical fertilizers.
What do we learn from the Sri Lankan experience?
Sri Lankan experience was that Sri Lanka turned overnight into organic without having a backup in place, and they suffered for that, and their economy went into crisis, and after all they have to import fertilizers from India, and we are also supporting them with nano fertilizers. So turning a country overnight into an organic would not be a sustainable solution, which I was referring to earlier also. Yeah, but we can promote organic farming in some areas which has traditionally been doing, just like Kerala, Sikkim. In all those areas we can promote, and that can also boost the income of farmers, sir, because organics, they fetch a premium in the market.
How it's different from zero budget farming? What is it called? Zero budget?
Yeah, zero budget natural farming, sir.
Zero budget.
Organic farming and zero budget natural farming, the idea of Mr. Suhas Palekar, which developed in Karnataka and Maharashtra region, it relies on not getting any input from outside. But whereas organic farming takes an input from outside also.
Which
sir.
inputs?
In terms of organic manures, they purchase from outside. Organic non-chemical ingredients are procured in organic farming, but while in zero budget natural farming, they rely on the farm itself. Just like they have 3-4 methods are there. Vapasa is there, Achadana is there, in which they focus on using the desi breed of cow for the cow dung. Their manure would be used. Own saved seeds would be used, and they are focusing on no tillage. So there is no external input as proclaimed in zero budget natural farming, but in organic farming we use external inputs as well, sir.
Which you would prefer? Organic is more practicable for India or zero budget?
Sir, because zero budget, I would prefer organic farming, sir, because zero budget natural farming has got a major challenge is that he says, the proponent says that the cow dung used in that should be a desi variety of cow, and desi variety of cows are almost not in use in much extent, sir, and moreover the yield of the milk yield and other aspects of desi breed of cow is quite less compared to the hybrids, the Holstein Friesians, or which we use now. So in that aspect, organic farming can be better than zero budget natural farming, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I come in, sir?
एक डिस्क्रिपेंसी जो हमारे मिस्टर वाधवा ने फाइंड आउट किया कि यहाँ लिखे हो तुम डिप्टी मैनेजर मार्केटिंग, प्रेजेंट जॉब, and you are doing PRO there. So explain this.
Deputy Manager Marketing.
Yeah, that's my designation.
You have been working as a PRO.
No, sir. PR is a part of marketing department in my organization.
Then it's fine.
My designation is Deputy Manager Marketing, but I look after the PR work, sir.
Only exclusively PR work.
Yeah, PR work, sir. PR work in the sense in our organization, sir, PR work is like we do for press releases, newsletters, in-house magazines, video filmmaking, and complementary items like
But nothing to do with your dealer network.
No, nothing to do with my dealer network.
So marketing is basically dealing with your dealers across the board.
So we
कितना माल आपको फ्रेट में भेजना है, कितना आपको जो है
नहीं वो सप्लाई चेन वाला पार्ट में हम नहीं है सर.
Are you exclusively recruited for the PR?
No, I was recruited for marketing, and from in marketing, sir, we have 6-7 divisions like supply chain, port operations, and dealer management, that is handling and transportation. So I was since last 4 years I have been posted in PR department.
When is your interview?
3rd of April, sir.
So this is your 6th attempt.
Last attempt, sir.
And how many times you qualified in the main?
I qualified for civil services mains once, forest services once, sir.
Civil services main which year?
2018 civil service, appeared in 2019 February.
Acha, that you told you. In between you didn't qualify, huh?
No, sir. In 2021 I did not appear. 21 and 20 and 22 I missed out in prelims itself.
Acha?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
CSAT, I missed out in CSAT, sir.
You have faced interview.
Yeah, 2 times, sir, in forest service and civil services both.
In civil service, which board was there?
Bhosle, sir.
Marks क्या थे?
160, sir. 159 or 160, sir.
क्वेश्चन किस एरिया पे ज़्यादा पूछे उन्होंने?
सर उन्होंने पूछा था सैनिक स्कूल के बारे में पूछे थे, स्टेट के बारे में पूछे थे वो. बाकी पैनलिस्ट इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस पे काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे. उस टाइम पे वेनेजुएला का था और वो पुलवामा अटैक हुआ पड़ा था जस्ट 4-5 दिन पहले मेरे इंटरव्यू से.
अच्छा.
तो डिफेंस और सिक्योरिटी के ऊपर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन.
वो जो भी पूछे हो, लेकिन तुम्हारा जो बैकग्राउंड है वो कोऑपरेटिव पे लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी फायर्ड दिस टाइम. नो डाउट अबाउट दैट.
ठीक है सर।
तो उसका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन से लेके कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी पे आर्ट के उसमें जो चैप्टर 9B भी ऐड किया गया है ना
जी
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन
सर,
में,
अभी मल्टी स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव एक्ट भी
अभी
pass
नया
किया।
हाँ उसको भी
जी
किया
सर।
है, उसको एकदम अप टू डेट कर लो A to Z कोऑपरेटिव का।
कैन यू जस्टिफाई योर स्टेटमेंट कि अभी फार्मर्स इनकम 1.5 गुना हो गया है? आपने जो कहा, you said farmers income has gone up by 1.5%. When he asked doubling the income, so
Doubling the income-
how do you justify that 1.5%, which is
I mean,
very strongly
कुछ ज़्यादा लग रहा है।
rebutted by a lot of people?
Sir, I have read it in many of the sources. I'll substantiate it, sir. I'll collect more data.
You have to collect the data if you're making that statement, because that can be
because
asked
it is
for.
very, आपका जो estimate है, it is very very optimistic, इतना है नहीं real। चेक कर लीजिए एक बार।
ठीक है
Check-
सर।
But that's a
check on
huge debate on that issue. What is the extent of income as actually has gone up for the farmer?
Many articles are not there available on this, but I will try to search about this, sir.
जो बोलो
Or don't make that statement.
Okay.
Don't make a
जेंडर
statement.
बोलो कि it has improved.
It has
Okay,
improved,
yes,
although many people would say that no, with inflation it is. So you can make a general statement without specifying कि it has gone up by this
1.5
percent.
or 1.6.
वो एक तो हो गया, फिर ग्रीवको पे पक्का सवाल पूछेगा
जी सर।
क्या करता है, फर्टिलाइजर का क्या सीन है, सब्सिडी में पूरा पूछ नहीं पाया, सब्सिडी क्या है, नैनो फर्टिलाइजर क्या है वगैरह वगैरह, ड्रोन्स का क्या यूज हो रहा है फर्टिलाइजर में, ड्रोन दीदी या क्या नाम है उसका,
ड्रोन दीदी सर परसों स्टार्ट हुआ है
हाँ
सर।
तो वो जो है वो सब बहुत लेटेस्ट है, वो
जी
सब पढ़ लेना पक्का पूछेगा वो।
ठीक है सर।
अगर उनके पास इतना होगा नॉलेज तो यूपीएससी भी भगवान ही मालिक है, क्या पूछते हैं नहीं पूछते हैं, सो आई एम नॉट टू फॉन्ड ऑफ इट, बट इफ दे कैन आस्क यू दिस थिंग्स should be known.
सब्सिडी, ड्रोन दीदी एंड इंटरनेशनल में भी सर बहुत फ्लक्चुएशंस हो रहे हैं।
And harmful effects of fertilizer on soil and agriculture, how do you deal with that? वो भी आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा। जितना वो प्रोड्यूस करता है उससे ज़्यादा रुइन कर दे रहा है
जी
सिस्टम को, उसको देखना पड़ेगा।
लास्ट टाइम में आपने कहा कि जो में स्टेट्स के बारे में बहुत
जी सर।
होम स्टेट तमिलनाडु, you have studied, and then you studied in Visakhapatnam. You should have, especially Odisha, you should have what is the social issues, what are those, what is the governance issue, how is the health parameters, how is the education.
Father, what did you notice, sir?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes sir.
So they may be asking a question like comparing Orissa and Bihar.
Yes.
Like he asked about the southern states, etc.
Mhm.
Even Odisha and Bihar, because Odisha is your state by birth and Bihar is a state by birth, Odisha is a state where you
दोनों पे सवाल
brought
है।
up. Both
दोनों
the
में
things
एग्रीकल्चर
compare.
सिचुएशन क्या, बिहार का एग्रीकल्चर पक्का पूछेंगे जब भी तुम बिहार को या
हाँ, Odisha भी पूछेगा क्योंकि Odisha agriculture is also
दोनों का एग्रीकल्चर से
स्टेट्स के बारे में
that
इसके
can be.
पहले मैं कि भूल जाऊं मैं बार बार, ये MS स्वामीनाथन का क्या रहा एग्रीकल्चर में रोल, वो जरूर पूछ सकता है बिकॉज यू आर फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चर बैकग्राउंड।
Yes.
रीड ऑल अबाउट हिम। स्वामीनाथन कमेटी ने क्या MSP पे बोला है, बार बार उसी को कोट किया जाता है वगैरह वगैरह, जानते हो ना पूरा
जी सर, जी सर।
ऑल अबाउट यू पढ़ लो।
एम एस स्वामीनाथन कमेटी का
हाँ
सर। एक्चुअली इसमें अगर सर आप लोग थोड़ा गाइड कर सकें, एक्चुअली सर मैं इंडियन एक्सप्रेस वगैरह में 2-3 आर्टिकल्स ऐसे भी पढ़ा था कि जो ये कोट करते हैं लोग कि 2 times होना चाहिए, एज सच एम एस स्वामीनाथन ने वैसा रिकमेंड नहीं किया था, तो शायद सर आप
तो बोल सकते हो उसमें स्वामीनाथन को कोट करो, आर्टिकल तो कोई कुछ भी लिख देता है, जिसको व्यू आता है लिख देता है।
नहीं, MS स्वामीनाथन ने किया था उनका, जैसे अभी तो नीति आयोग में जो रमेश चांद मेंबर हैं,
जी सर।
उन्होंने ये कहा कि आई मीन हाउ क्रेडिबल दैट इज, हमने स्वामीनाथन सर को बुलाया था नीति आयोग में टू एक्सप्लेन हाउ दिस MSP का जो इन्होंने फॉर्मूला दिया वो फॉर्मूला वर्केबल बोले, and he says, although he did not produce it, he says on record, Dr. Swaminathan said that we made that arrangement, but government, we made that, maybe we made a mistake in making that calculation. Government can make changes to that, and but provide some credible alternative. तो उन्होंने कहा कि he accepted the mistake in his formulation in the Niti Aayog discussion.
But Mohanty, he cannot quote all this in the.
Oh, no, I'm saying कि this is what. तो it is not that someone says कि नहीं उन्होंने नहीं कहा था, ये तो रमेश चंद कह रहे हैं. But that's a नीति ये his emphatic statement is on MSP that it has to be CO plus 2 जो है
C2 plus 50%.
C2 plus
हाँ,
50%.
उसी पे तुमको बात करना है। वो
Exactly.
नीति आयोग ने क्या कहा, उसने क्या कहा, उससे क्या
What
मतलब,
is the taken position, accepted position?
उसी को बात करो।
He was emphatic on that, on the recommendation. बाद में क्या बोला, that's immaterial. In the recommendation it was there.
हाँ, वही बात है, असली उसी पे रहना तुम। और बाकी ठीक है तुम्हारा, you are quite knowledgeable।
Didn't require.
Sir,
You have done well in return.
I'm confident, sir.
अब तुम्हारे कॉन्फिडेंस से कुछ नहीं होता, यूपीएससी को
वो
कॉन्फिडेंट
तो है ही सर, वो
कॉन्फिडेंट होके प्रीलिम्स
नहीं, you present yourself well and
You
you have
presented well. I
good
mean, I
knowledge.
see no reason.
I'm sure all the best this time.
अभी जो परफॉर्म करके गए हो, पहले से ज्यादा नंबर आएगा तुमको, 160 से ऊपर आ जाएगा, 170 के आसपास जा सकते हो विद दिस। ओके,
I'll try, sir.
कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल हाई रखो।
ट्राई कुछ नहीं करना, आराम जैसे जा रहे हो वैसे जाओ, डोंट ट्राई टू हार्ड फॉर द
क्या,
इंटरव्यू, जस्ट गो एज अ कूल पर्सन। ट्राई क्या करना तुम, अब देखो, अब हमस पे पूछ देगा, यूक्रेन पे सब कुछ पढ़ रहा है करंट वाले, तो पढ़ के ही जाओगे। अभी सीए एनआरएससी के बीच में चल रहा है, अभी रूल्स आ गए ना सीए,
जी सर, सीए के
तो वो सब तो पूछ ही लेगा, तो उसमें मैं कुछ नहीं बोलना है।
Electoral bond ये सब जो भी आ रहा
बॉन्ड
है।
वॉन्ड का जो जजमेंट है वो सब आप पढ़ लेना उसको, वो जो आ रहा है इशू में पढ़ोगे ही पढ़ोगे। हम जो कह रहे हैं प्रेडिक्टेबल क्वेश्चन, ऑब्वियसली एग्रीकल्चर विल अट्रैक्ट लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। क्रिप्को का वर्किंग जो है बहुत करेगा उसको, कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट इंडिया में कैसे कैसे क्या, उसमें आपको मास्टरी दिखानी पड़ेगी, यू हैव टू बी मास्टर ऑफ दैट। बाकी में कुछ कम बोल दोगे, ज़्यादा बोल दोगे, एवरीबडी कैन नॉट हैव बी द मास्टर ऑफ हमस और यूक्रेन और इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन, उसकी जरूरत नहीं है। दैट्स हाउ यू विल बी जज देयर, ठीक है। और फिर ये सवाल जो बार बार अच्छे से फॉर्मुलेट करो कि भाई आप इतने, मैंने जो ओपनिंग क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि अच्छे से 8 साल से एक जगह में लगे हो, सीनियर हो गए हो, सैलरी अच्छी मिल रही है, वाई टू शिफ्ट एट दिस लेट एज दिस टू सिविल सर्विसेज, यू विल हैव टू मेक ए स्ट्रॉन्ग डिफरेंस ऑन इट। कैसे करोगे तुम अपना समझो, मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, बट मेक, तुमने बहुत शॉर्ट आंसर मुझे दिया,
जी सर,
उसको उससे नहीं काम चलेगा आपको,
ठीक।
आपको अच्छे से उसको फॉर्मुलेट करना पड़ेगा उस आंसर को। आई वॉज नॉट टू सेटिस्फाइड विथ योर आंसर, दैट्स ऑल आई हैव टू टेल। तुमको
आपके कृपा के चेयरमैन वही
चंद्रपाल सिंह यादव जी हैं सर।
एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ के जाना।
यस,
ठीक है सर।
क्रिप्को का एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ लेना पूरा,
That will
क्या
be
क्या
your
करता है,
side.
दैट विल हेल्प यू। हाँ, और कुछ पूछना चाहते हो तो बोलो।
सर वही जो सीए एनआरसी वगैरह का जो आप बोल रहे हैं सर,
जो
उसमें
current
क्या
issue आ रहा है।
stand जैसे कुछ पूछें कि आपका व्यू क्या है कैसा, तो जो गवर्नमेंट का व्यू है वही है ना सर।
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली वही कि ज्यादा तो वही
नहीं
देना
नहीं,
पड़ेगा।
but governments ये नहीं कहना कि भाई this is a, I don't think you should completely toe a government line. You should
There's
take
no
a
need,
neutral
there's no
line.
need. You can take
Absolutely.
your own stand
Exactly.
also.
माने the
Wrong.
question
Balance.
that the fundamental question that CA raises is religion as a basis for given citizenship. That is a question which is you should raise that, that's an issue. But I'm sure the government and opposition will sit together. You can
Moderate कर दो उसको.
moderate ये, but do
These
not
are the
openly
concerns and
support.
all. Support.
Do not, but raise this issue that is being raised by how can in a democracy, constitutional republic, religion can be basis of
ये
granting
तुम मत रेस करो, वो these are the
These are some people raising that issue. I'm sure
must be
government
addressed.
will look into it and
ऐसे कर
that you say. Like
वो
that.
गवर्नमेंट को अपोज तो करना ही नहीं किसी भी चीज में आउटराइटली, किसी ये गड़बड़
But government को outrightly support नहीं करना है जहाँ ये है. You have to balance it out.
balance it.
और
Make a
oppose
balance.
करना है.
That is the
Oppose नहीं करना है,
Walking on
ये
two
नहीं
legs.
करना है.
Because the moment you speak a critical answer, वो more based on the facts, is always
बहुत
appreciated.
लंबा लग रहा है, चलो हो गया, काफी हो गया।
चलो, all the
All
best.
the best.
This time we'll make it.
All the best, all. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.